So shall we move across to the news? I feel like we should start with the big guys happening at Amazon.
Yeah.
If no one has any complaints.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
To try and put it neutral, because.
I mean, yeah. Let's just try. Let's just try. I'm going to try and be absolutely objective in this notion. Amazon Music has given access to their app to Prime users for free in shuffle mode only.
Oh.
Yeah.
This. Yes.
Really annoying.
Yes.
There we go. Fall at the first hurdle. Yes, it's bloody bullshit. That's what
Well, we were talking about this before the show when we mentioned this topic, and I was like, I mean, when I first saw the email, I was like, oh, that's cool. Amazon is now opening up to all Prime members, and there's a lot of Prime members to Amazon Music, because I've found Amazon Music seems like kind of a wasteland, like a desert, and there's a tumbleweed rolling past or something like that. And this opens up to a lot of users, it would seem, but it's, I don't know, it's Prime $150 a year, $200 a year, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And you get shuffle mode, whereas if you go to Spotify and just make an account for free, you get shuffle mode.
Yeah, it seems rather.
The difference with Amazon is you get all sorts of things rolled up in that membership.
Well, of course, but I'm just talking strictly from the music perspective.
Yeah.
Like, just from the music perspective, you would think a paying membership would at least grant you some form of a non-shuffle, like paywall lock sort of thing.
It used to, and
But the paid Amazon, the Amazon Prime you could listen to music, like the Amazon Prime music you could listen to was only 2 million. Amazon Music is 100 million songs.
So here's the difference: that initially they didn't have that much on it, but if it was on it, you could listen to it. Whereas now you can listen to a vast amount more music. You can't listen to it in order.
Yeah. Which
Frequency Control Center says he has Prime, never used Prime Music, it's a waste of time. Yeah, I mean, I would think if it was the full Prime Music, I would almost be swayed to move from Spotify just because you save money. Like, as a Prime member, you would save money. But it's not, and it's like, this just seems like, it seems like it's a foot forward and then like 10 steps backwards. Like,
and it's not enough to make you drop a membership, so.
Yeah.
I've
Curtis,
got
what do you think?
Up with mine, so it just annoys me. I tell it to put something on, it comes on, it starts shuffling, then I realise I forgot to put on Apple Music at the end of the command.
There you go.
They got you. Yeah. They got you. Curtis, what do you think about all this? Are you a Prime member?
No.
I just want to get Prime members' perspectives too, like Frequency Control Center, like myself. But what do you think as a non-Prime member? Is this going to sway you? Are you going to switch?
Oh, God no. God, no. It's like when you buy back in the day of PS1 when you used to buy demos or you used to get demos in magazines.
Yeah.
And you get to play the first level.
PlayStation Power? Was that the magazine?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but it's just like. I get that's what they're doing. That's what they're aiming for. It's like a try before you buy. And I understand that, but it's just fundamentally annoying. And if that's fundamentally annoying, then you're not going to buy the product. The only exception to that might be YouTube, where you pay for premium just so they shut up. But I get it. Like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to open it up, and maybe it will open up to more ears overall. But they're not pushing a very good product. There's no unique selling point there, really. Like, it's another streaming service, sure, but I mean, what's going to drag people away from Spotify? That's not going to do that. Oh, we have the raised hand from Ian. Like, go ahead.
An annoying thing as a Prime member is for me is this talky advert you get. You tell that voice assistant to put some music on, it puts the music on, it puts it on in shuffle mode, and then it talks halfway over the first song telling you about thousands of songs or whatever. And we always end up yelling shut up at it.
I can't wait for Christmas to the Eon Lake house.
If you use another connected service that isn't their music service, you don't get this annoying long talky advert over the first song, which for me is another irritant.
So they're giving a poorer service to their own product.
They're selling another product instead of their own with that. Yeah. I don't know. It's
the music, thousands of songs, blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
I think it is interesting that it can open up to a large amount of maybe casual people who are Prime members who don't have a streaming service, who may be like, well, I want to listen to, so and so. Oh, I can check it out here on Shuffle. Like I think it's important to think about these things from both our perspective as musicians and things like that, and also casual. And I mean, I think it's good to think about it from both perspectives. So it may be good, and I think it's good in the long run. Just that there's potentially far more listeners now on another streaming service to compete potentially with Spotify, Apple Music. I mean, competition is always good because it breeds change and non-complacency. So that's important. And then in the chat, Hydro Fighter says, not a Prime member, this isn't persuading me. Although Spotify is free for me and I don't listen to that much either. Yeah, so...
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Interesting. Though, that does bring up an interesting topic about Amazon Music. And that's probably where Curtis was about to go. As I started talking, I heard him go into it. Amazon Music for artists is adding something new. Curtis, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so it looks as though they have merch on demand
I didn't know they do
for
that.
Amazon Prime. No, I think this is a new thing, and we've seen places that do merch on demand like Teespring and Printful, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
we
Amazon
talked about that
now...
for Bandcamp Friday. Some ideas for Bandcamp Friday last week in our ADSN 35. So if you're watching this back and haven't checked it out, you can check that out.
So this is one coming through from Amazon, which you can assume as a byproduct it will be on your artist page on Amazon Music. So
It looks like you have to apply, though.
Yes, I mean, but in the same way they had to apply to do it on Spotify, as far as I'm aware. They're taking the Spotify bull by the horns, and they're trying to basically compete with it directly and doing... On some grounds, it looks like they're doing a poor job of it, but bringing in the idea of merch made easy directly through Amazon, that's kind of an interesting one. Whether they'll have an eco-friendly organic cotton that was not child labor, we don't know, but we'll have to see.
I would doubt that highly. I just think it's interesting because, like we talked about, there are a lot of Prime users, and it says with this you get Prime shipping. It's connected through Amazon, so if you use Amazon frequently and you have your credit card and things like that stored on there, you just go direct to there. Now, how many Amazon users are using Amazon Music? That's the question, but it seems like at least they're planting the seeds for what could be potentially a very interesting hub of both merch and music and things like that. I don't know if it'll come to the fruition that they're imagining or it seems to be setting up, but it is interesting because like Shopify... I tried setting up a Shopify, and it seems like you have to make the merch through them rather than if you already have like a Printful or something like that, you can't set that up. And that's the same here with Amazon, but Amazon's doing the on-demand, and it's all set up through their Prime network, all that type of stuff. So it seems like it would be a bit easier to do. So just interesting.
Yeah, very much so. Ian, what are you thinking?
Well, Amazon with a company to prove that removing friction and bringing everything together, making it super easy to buy stuff, generates a huge amount of business. So I don't know. I think the merch side of things is kind of interesting. I mean, the music side of things isn't doing so great, but again, it's this consolidated portal, really easy to buy stuff. Just click here and we'll empty your bank account. It's worked well in the past.
Don't think about it. Just push that button. Don't think about it.
Product.
Right, magic.
So if you like that clip, consider checking out our full live stream Audionautic Deep Space Network on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, and you can also join us for the live stream of said podcast at 7 p.m. UTC, 11 a.m. Pacific.
Wonderful, yes. And finally, we have got the Audionautic Radio playlist, which is down in the description below. All the latest and the greatest of the underground electronica world that you see there. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, if you're looking for some new music or checking out some of the newest in electronic music, head to that link in the description, and we will see you in the next ADSN. Thanks for watching.